Have you ever told yourself very seriously, I am absolutely not going to get angry today, and then 5 minutes later found your face feeling hot, your thoughts racing, and your emotions stomping around like a herd of excited elephants wearing roller skates? Or maybe you've promised to focus on your homework, but somehow your eyes wandered, your hands started fidgeting, your brain drifted off to snacks, games, or dragons again, and suddenly you wondered, wait, who's in charge here? Me or my thoughts? These moments lead to a big and fascinating philosophical question that humans of all ages have asked for thousands of years. Can I control myself? At first, the question sounds simple because you might think, of course I can. This is my body, my brain, and my life. But then real life shows up with strong feelings, loud impulses, sudden fears, and tempting distractions, and the answer starts to feel a lot more complicated. Self-control is not just about big dramatic choices like deciding who you want to be someday, but also about tiny everyday moments like choosing whether to shout or stay quiet, whether to quit or keep going, or whether to grab the cookie now or wait just a little longer. Some philosophers imagine that inside your mind, there are different characters all talking at once, like a busy meeting that never ends. One voice wants fun right now and hates waiting. One voice worries about rules and consequences. One voice wants to be kind and fair. One wants to be brave, and one just wants to do something silly because boredom is unbearable. Self-control, according to these thinkers, is not about getting rid of these voices, because they're all part of being human, but about learning which voice should lead at different moments. Other philosophers say self-control is closely connected to knowing yourself, because it's much easier to guide something when you understand how it works. When you start noticing what makes you angry, what makes you excited, what makes you nervous, and what makes you calm, you gain a little more ability to pause instead of reacting instantly like a firework that goes off the moment it's lit. Scientists add another layer to the story by explaining that your brain is still growing and different parts of it develop at different speeds. The part that loves excitement, rewards, and strong emotions often grows faster than the part that plans ahead, slows things down, and thinks about long-term results, which can make self-control feel like trying to steer a rocket ship with a paper map. This doesn't mean you are bad at self-control, broken, or doing something wrong. It means you are human and you are learning. Many thinkers agree that self-control is not something you either magically have or don't have, like a switch that's stuck on or off. It's more like a skill you practice, slowly and imperfectly, one moment at a time. Every time you take a breath before reacting, every time you stop and think before speaking, and every time you choose a better option even when it feels uncomfortable, you are strengthening your ability to control yourself. Some philosophers compare self-control to training a puppy. At first, the puppy runs everywhere, ignores instructions, and knocks things over. But with patience, consistency, and kindness, it slowly learns when to sit, when to wait, and when it's okay to run wild. Your thoughts and feelings are a bit like that puppy, full of energy, not always listening, but capable of learning over time. Self-control also doesn't mean never feeling angry, sad, scared, or excited, because feelings show up whether you invite them or not. What you can often control is what you do next. You can feel angry and still choose not to hurt someone. You can feel scared and still take a small brave step forward. You can feel like quitting and still try just one more time. Some thinkers say true self-control includes being kind to yourself, because shouting at yourself for mistakes usually makes things worse instead of better. Learning from what went wrong, forgiving yourself, and trying again is part of growing real control, not fake perfection. Self-control is also connected to freedom in a surprising way. The more you can guide your actions, the less you are pushed around by every feeling, habit, or impulse that pops up, and the more you get to choose the direction of your own life. You may not control every thought that appears in your mind, and you may not control every feeling that visits your heart, but you often have more control over your actions than you think. And those actions, repeated again and again, slowly shape who you become. So when you ask, can I control myself? The most honest answer is yes. Sometimes, gradually and with practice, not perfectly, not instantly, but meaningfully, Every small moment of self-control is like placing one tiny brick in the foundation of your character, helping you become someone who can pause, choose, and grow. Next time you stop, breathe, and make a thoughtful choice, even if it's just for a second, notice that feeling. That's you learning to hold the steering wheel of your own life, even when the road gets bumpy. And that quiet, growing ability to guide yourself, again and again, is one of the most powerful and important skills you will ever build.